Okay, this is going to be a new set of live streaming oh man, live, I'm making a mess of this. Right, I'm live streaming my working of some animations, 3D Lego animations in Blender. So I'm taking models I've made in... Do you know what? It's so much easier when you record it because you can just delete things. Like waffle. So this is not meant to be entertainment or anything. This is just me working on images in Blender from Bricklink Studio. This is basically documenting my work. So if you're interested, welcome along. If you're not, that's fair enough. But as I say, it's documenting my work, and I'll be putting it on Ko-fi page. So if you have any questions, feel free to shoot them over, and I'll do my best to answer them if I can. I'm new to Blender. I'm not new to 3D modeling or animation. If you see in the description below, I explain my background. Apologies for my stuffiness, my sound of my voice. It's because I'm stuffed up with hay fever. So anyway, I'll just take you through what I've got today. I haven't got much time today to do much in Blender, so it's just like an introductory of what I've got so far. So I'm working on a Robin of Sherwood scene, which will eventually be an animation. So I've got the basics. So I imported all these objects that you see here from Bricklink Studio. I built all this in Bricklink Studio, and I think tomorrow what I'll do is I plan to be on tomorrow, and I'm wanting to change the floor, so this here, the tiles, to a different pattern. So I'll hop onto Studio tomorrow live, and I'll show you how, if you're new to that as well, how to poodle about in that and create something. So yeah, and then import it over to Blender, and then play with some textures and materials. So at the moment, I'll show you what I've got so far. So I've put them, all these objects I've put into object mode. Yeah. So all these objects I've put into folders down the side here. So if you want to create a new folder, you go into scene collection. So that you basically, if you understand computers, you basically understand the filing system. So it's no different to if you were filing in all your files in Windows or Finder in Mac. So you just right click and you click new collection, and it will give you a new collection box underneath that folder, and likewise underneath those folders and onwards. So I'll show you what I've got so far. I've got right wall, back wall, left wall. I've got my weapons, accessories, table, and floor. I've got the candles in. I like to keep the candles in for lighting, just to show you. That's what I've got on there. So let's put the table back in, let's put some accessories in, the weapons in. Now for extra lighting, what I've got onto let's take you out here. On that side, you'll notice there's a light coming in from the side, which, if I put it back to the camera and then put the walls back in, you will notice there's a light coming in from those windows and casting a shadow on some of these things. There's a nice shadow on the candlestick there. So that's pretty much what I've been up to. I've been up to basically fiddling with the materials so that the chrome pieces, shut up chrome, the coins, I'm still not happy with these coins on the darker tiles, obviously because they're taking up reflection from the green tiles. It's making them look, it makes them look a bit transparent, but these coins are really nice. So once I think maybe once I get the tiles done in a different pattern, I'll be using what I'm planning to do with the tiles tomorrow is change it into the Weird Caboodle logo on the ground. So I'll take you through some of the objects. So let's take these walls out. We'll keep the weapons, that's what I was working on at the moment. Take the floor out. So yeah, this is what I've got at the moment. So I've got the silver arrow. Actually, that's a good point. Where's my light gone? What have I put? I'm just wondering where I put the light. It's supposed to be like a moonlight coming through the windows, but I've obviously turned it off somewhere along the line. There, it must be on the floor. Oh, there it is, the sun. So I've put it in with the floor, which I shouldn't have really done, but it's there at the moment. Might change that later, just to tidy up a bit. So I used to work in Maya, but I haven't used it. I haven't really done 3D modelling for about 5 years. I took a sabbatical, if you like, a hiatus. Is that right? I don't know. So when come on, I don't want to move that. So when clicking on these, I do have let's see the colours. I've done a variation on the shaders, i.e. the colours. You can, what I like in Blender is that you don't have to separate things from an object. So that's one object. Well, it's not really, because if you look here, this is what which is really bad modelling. But if I put it to the wireframe, in fact, edit mode. So you'll see these are that's just one cylinder, that's another cylinder, and they've just been shoved together. They're not attached in any way. You can see here. That's just shoved in there, which if you were wanting to, not so much an animation, but if you were wanting to use these in a game, or what did I think of? I thought of something today that it would be in your best interest to tidy up these models. So if you haven't got previous experience in modelling, it might be a bit of a slog, which I think is basically why they've, it's just my opinion, why they've done really bad models. See, I've split these because it was easier to shade. So yeah, the difference between Maya and Blender is that you can, if you go to the shader, you have slots where you can apply a different color like they have done in the shield. There's several slots for one object. As far as I'm aware, there wasn't a way to do that in Maya. You had to separate things. I could be wrong. I mean, I wasn't a professional in Maya. I used Maya as and when I needed things in Maya. I think if you knew everything, every single thing that worked in any of these programs, really, that you wouldn't have time to do anything if you learned everything, if you get my meaning. So yeah, so you have different slots. So instead of, see, for the sword, take that as an example, I'll go back to that. I would have to take every face. What have I just done? Oh, that's clever. I have no idea what I've just done there. I thought I pressed 3 for, I'm in object mode, that's why. Right, press 3, get me the faces. So it's easier because I've got an angle as well. It was easier to detach, like the blade from the hilt, from the handle to the pommel, to change the colours, and big sword. So I've got all the parts here. So there's the handle, hilt, pommel, and the blade. I don't know why that's not there. So it was easier to colour them that way. Whereas things like the shield, I'll show you just that one, please. I'll show you that. So yeah, for the shield, they'd already I suppose drew it out on the model. The purpose of that is, if they hadn't, they'd have to import extra files for getting the actual image on that shield. So what they've done is they've drawn it out with, which, if they've done it themselves and not by computer generated, then it's really beautiful. But so like I say, you can just select yeah, you can just select faces and then change the color by using different slots. I will show you how you can, when you import something from Studio to Blender, it brings along the color as well. So, but you do have to reassign the colors once you get into Blender. I mean, that's the way I think there's several methods of importing. So that's how it's looking so far. So I have changed. I was going to use so that bow would be one color if you bought that piece from Lego, but just to make the scene look a bit more cute, I have changed. As you can see, I have changed. So yeah, that would all be chrome silver and just to make it look more authentic, again with the arrows in the quiver. So this is like I said, the scene for a scene, based on Robin of Sherwood. I think I said it earlier. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I imagined that. I do that, and I do ramble, by the way. So if you're here for entertainment, maybe you might get snippets now and again of just, if you like rambling. I'm heading off already. So yeah, there's the silver arrow. That was quite a beast to model. I mean, it would be. I mean, if you take the hood against that, I think it's, if you see the original version of the arrow from Robin of Sherwood, I think that's maybe a tad oversized, but it's the best I can do. But I wanted it on a stand. Let's show you the la-di-da. Right, table. There. So I wanted it on a stand. I know it comes in a box in Robin of Sherwood, but I wanted it like a display stand. So what I've used is the harpoon. I'll take the table off again. I'll show you what I've used. I've used the harpoon that you find from the is it the Aquanauts and stuff? And then I've just used a 1x1 round with hole, and a 1x1 brick. Those are plates. That's a brick with a hole. And I think I used, what did I use there? That's just one of the bars. Can't remember what length. And that is one of those rock crystals. You see? Yeah. Anyway, so that's what I've done there. What else have I got to do? Right, I'm wanting to do something with the chest. See these panels on the chest itself? I would love to do some detailing in that, because I think the brown chest, I mean, I'm an old school Lego. I'm from the 80s era, so I used to love the treasure chest. It's one of my favourite pieces, but now I've grown up a bit, I think it needs a little bit more detail. Tell me what you think. Maybe pictures in the panelling. What I am going to do, talking about pictures in the panelling, what I will do is go back to the table. I want to put some imaging on there so we can work on that together. So if you are here and you are listening, let's model together. Get your blender open. I think you can say that without any restrictions. Get your blender open and let's model together. And if you've got any suggestions as we go along, or if you got any ideas, put them in the chat panel. Yeah. In fact, I'm going to see if this chat works. I'm just going to send a message into my chat because there's nobody here at the moment. Hopefully one day somebody might turn up. I'm just going to write. Did that send? Oh, I'm sending. So I'm new to streaming as well, as you can tell, and I can't even see my message. Is it there? Oh, there's me. Yeah, there we go. I'll even say goodbye me when the time comes. So yeah, I'm just talking you through what I'm going to be doing. Like I say, tomorrow I plan on bringing a new floor in. We'll build a new floor in studio. So if you're interested, maybe you're just interested in doing some mods and sods in studio, and I know you can render out from studio, but I like a bit more control. Blender gives you a bit more control over, especially on lighting. I've obviously taken the candles off. The candles. Hang on. Get the candles back on. One single candle. The candles I have been working on, mainly the flames. If you move that really works nicely. But so the plan on the candles, well, like I said, I have been working on them, and I've managed to get a transparent image. And what I've done in the middle of the candles is put a light, so it looks right in there. You can see the light there, so it's just big enough to emit some kind of shadowing, but the center of the light inside is supposed to look like that center of the flames, but we do have a transparency going on in there. What I plan on doing with the candles, you see how I said that when I turn that it looks like they're flickering. Well, the plan is to actually get a moving image inside there, so I'll produce an image sequence in motion. I use motion, Apple Motion, and then I'll put it in these candles, so they actually, when it's being animated, will look like they are moving, and it will give. I think that should give it some nice colour in the scene. So I've got a few bits and bobs to do. The last thing I was working on was the. Let's do that. Did I go there? No. Wait, come back out of that. I was working on the shield here. Oh, it's got layout mode. Where is it? It's down here. So if you look here, I've been fiddling about and I've made a mess. What tends to happen? So look, no, I need to begin. Okay, so you can see there's a gap in there. You see right in the shield down there, you see? Well, I've been fiddling about. What's my language? What really is annoying me on these shields is the fact that when you render, you can see these. It's like a harsh line, even after you smoothed it. So I need to add in a bit more smoothness to these. Yeah, that's what you see about it there. Just to try to work out what keys do what, how to do something. Sometimes the jargon between Maya and Blender doesn't match, and I have to work out what's going on there. Oh, it's a bit shaded. I have to work out what they've called it in Blender. I mean, some of my knowledge is from Maya and modelling is subconscious. So it's just a case of relearning and rememorising things. A lot is done from memory. When you've played about with, see that metal box, there's another one I could. Yeah, I was just thinking maybe I could put scuff marks in, but then I'm thinking, no, does that look right on a piece of Lego? I think it's a balance I need. So yeah, if I show you that, what is going on? Hey, if I show you I've made the straps on the quiver slightly different colour. Yeah, just some more detailing. So that's what I intend to do with this chest. What would be nice is to keep those panels wood, but then have this bit metal, because that's how it would have been. Things I'm going to leave is that buckler shield. And these old shields. So if I go back to the rest of my scene, I'll show you. I'll take you for a wee tour of what I'm going to do. Right, oh, I have got a front wall. Oh, I did have a front wall. Where's my front wall gone? Oh, I did have a front wall. Whoa. Right, I've obviously lost it along the way. So that's another thing. Oh, yeah, so I added going down there. There's a wee tunnel going down there. We do it. I did have a doorway here. I did have another wall. It seems to have disappeared, which is quite worrying. Oh no, there it is. I have no idea. Is that so you can't mess about with it? So look at these objects. That's what you get from Studio. Mind you, I don't know how to tidy things up in Studio either. Or I just don't have the patience. It's probably more likely. Let's have a look. What was I going to say? Yeah, so I've taken out the front wall. So the front wall will be there in the animation because there'll be like a spinny around thing. Anyway, it's not the camera. Let's get rid of that front wall again, and I'll show you what I intend to do. So these shields on the walls here need colour. I need to model what I want here. Is going to be like a tapestry coming down here, which will hide the entrance to that. Sorry for sniffing in the microphone. So yeah, it'll hide. Again, the tapestry will have my logo for the Weird Caboodle. There'll be more drapes here. I've still got to do these weapons. So these two weapons represent Nazir, the character of Nazir. That's his weapons there. Do you know what? What I've been looking for is some kind of quarterstaff that Big John, Little John, Big John, Little John would have had. John Little. So if anyone has any ideas of how to model a quarterstaff, so here I want a stag's head. Now, you know the wee reindeer guy from is it series 23? I think it's series 23. So it's going to be the reindeer head for that, and it's going to be stuck on there, and that's I'll be molding that myself, modelling it myself, because there isn't one in Studio. So there's a lot of these things like the drapes. I'll have to model myself, and I don't intend to have the reindeer antlers. I intend to model some other antlers. So I think that's pretty much at the moment. I might. Do you know, I'm tempted. You know the little medieval tiles you get that have those prints on. I'm tempted to put some around these bits, around the edging. Yeah. So, what else? I'm gonna put in the Norman helmet. It's gonna be strewn across the ground here, along with the one of those long shields with the pattern of from Robin of Sherwood of the Normans. So that's the plan so far. So if you want to join me, do you know what I really love? That I always found too modern in. I can't remember what these lion's heads. I just thought I'd put them in the scene because I thought, oh, they'll look really nice, and they do under those candles. The shading you get on here, it's really nice. Look at that shine. Anyway, it was hit and miss getting those in the build, but so that's the plan so far. Also, I'll need to add in. I've got an idea for the animation. It's gonna have some swirling leaves, so we'll see if we can play about with whatever you call it. I can't remember what you call that. Get them whirling in a little cyclone or something, just blowing in from one of the doors. Yeah. So it's a nostalgic piece. Yeah. So yeah, I like that shine on the walls there. It's very nice. So that's it for now, I think. Taking you on a tour. I'll be back tomorrow. Oh, well, that's clever. Put the front wall in. Take the shot out, Jules. That's fine. There you go. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll work on the flooring in the studio tomorrow, and hopefully have time to import it into Blender, and we'll go through that. Okay. Now I've got to work out how to turn the stream off. Here we go. Let's have a look. Stop streaming. That'll be the button now. That's the button. Stop streaming. Righto. Cheerio for now. Oh, hang on. Oh no, not in capitals. Cheerio. There we go. Right, sending me a message. There you go. Signing out. And if you're watching this after the fact, which is more than likely, if you want to comment, give me a question, put a question in that someone else can answer, maybe. Feel free. Right, signing off for now.